Greetings superior beings, greetings supreme being, welcome to Universal Peace Television, the channel PC Kaufman N on YouTube, and this is the broadcast SpaceX hoax, revisited in computer, problem not fixed, noob used PC, SpaceX possibly real. So this is basically a broadcast to test a new used computer that I recently bought. It looks alright, better than the previous one, I guess. It's a little bit faster, but the problem is that my drive is gone. So first I want to clear up some stuff. Here we still see live Starman driving in space after successful heavy live now. So we can tune in on that. This is on American News. We see a new YouTube layout. There in settings you can change to this black YouTube. I still have to take another skin for the browser, so I've been busy with it. The problem is that again my SSD drive has disappeared in Windows. So that's a big problem. I haven't been able to get it back yet. The problem is with this new PC there's a DVD drive in there, but it doesn't show up. So that's what I would need to copy these files from the SSD drive, which was my main drive because it's much faster. So the question is if Microsoft have deliberately disabled that for many people that had a disappearing SSD drive. But the main question is how can I get back my SSD drive, basically. So if anybody knows, please contact me. I think I'll do another broadcast about it. My microphone is not set up, so I'm using the microphone of the camera. And well, we're not seeing the thing yet. This is supposedly live, so it is supposedly moving. I would guess this is a recording. And there are 5,000 watching now, supposedly. That stays about 5,000. So there was a glitch, and we also see these other glitches in videos. I don't have my hard disk connected, so I cannot show them yet. But yeah, the question is if these things in the background are air bubbles, but theoretically they cannot be. But of course with CGI they can edit in anything, so as long as I don't have any evidence, like with the Apollo moon landings, which are fake, proven by NASA's own video with sound on it, which is impossible on the moon. There's a vacuum, so there cannot be sound on the moon. Because so my main point is about these previous two videos that was very negative, because everybody just assumes it's real, basically, usually with NASA and other stuff. I think though now more people, perhaps more than half of them, don't believe that the NASA Apollo moon landings are real, because there are also top 10s circulating on the internet. Top 10s of things that prove that the NASA Apollo moon landings are fake. So they supposedly did several of them, and we didn't go to the moon for 50 years, and now they're talking about missions to Mars and spending $1 trillion extra on nuclear weapons to revise them, instead of controlling these factors that control aging, that we have to control if we don't want to die and rot away in the ground instead of in some kind of heaven. So That's a satanic inversion that pretends you go to heaven while in reality you go into the ground. Unless you're cremated, but then the dust usually ends up on the floor sooner or later anyway. So that must be prevented. I'm totally against more nuclear weapons and spending more money on that with scalar weapons that have made nuclear weapons obsolete. And I've done broadcasts about that as well, but my point is that these glitches, I've covered one video with a glitch. See if that's this one. Yeah. Okay, so here we can see that glitch. It's coming up. Passed pretty fast. That's because it's still on 1080p probably. Let's see if I can find a better point. There. But I want to see that moving. Seems to go very slow. There you could see a kind of glitch, but with digital video I haven't prepared an example now. But if you, for example, have an antenna, a digitanna for digital broadcasts, and you place it in a way that the signal strength is not good enough, then you get all kinds of weird glitches on the screen. It can be very nice also, with some music on. And basically they claim that they're broadcasting this from space, though then it would be very weird that they're filming a scale model car instead of a camera that's constantly pointed at Earth basically. And also the videos from the ISS are not the Earth in full, and there are no satellite pictures in color 24 hours a day video of the Earth, I mean. So it doesn't exist, and that's weird when they can do that. And we also don't see satellites, and stars are missing completely. So basically if the car is in the shade, then basically the star should be visible if the camera is pointed this way into space, not at Earth but into space, and the spaceship or whatever their suit is blocking the sunlight, filming in the opposite direction, then you should see a lot more stars than on Earth basically. So that's also weird. And there are many other anomalies that they talk about, and in some videos it really seems like they are air bubbles. Of course I want to still check out what that supposedly would be, because if there's no water there cannot be ice. So where does that white stuff come from, you know? I made some jokes about it as well. We can look at the chat of this video that's going pretty fast usually. And we see lots of flat earthers posting messages. Usually the earth is flat, and of course the earth is not flat. The earth is oblong, almost a perfect sphere. So it's ball shaped like the globe models we can buy and see everywhere. So that's my point, that even that partially invisible astronaut that I've shown in these previous broadcasts, it could be a green screen for lots of reasons. People think that, also because of the wires that supposedly are visible. And I've advised which video to watch in my previous broadcasts. There's a long collection of material. So this is Yeah, it's interesting. That first time I was watching this live, there was music with it. No music with this one. And I would think it could be a recording or whatever. So if you have better evidence that proves this is fake, for example that white stuff now floating up over there, what would that supposedly be? These, if these are not air bubbles. And why is it floating upwards when it's going in that direction? Basically it's sort of spinning around or whatever on its own axis. Another thing people wrote, where are the continents? Where is the land? Did it disappear? Was all land wiped off the map? Oh, now we see something here. This looks like land, I think. Okay, but that's the first time I see this. On hours, I've been watching this for hours and there was no land. And you could also argue, isn't it sort of sun reflection? I think this is some kind of continent, perhaps Australia or something. A country like that. Or what country would it be? Perhaps we should all be guessing. Okay, so I'm not too sure if this is fake, and I'm gonna have a lot of work fixing my PC. This was basically my test broadcast. I can test if I can say something in the chat. Some people don't allow caps. It's capital letters. And that's weird because they take as much space as the normal letters. So that, let us know why you think this is fake or real. NASA equals Nazi. No, it's NASA equals Freemason practically, so you can see them with their NASA, their Freemasonic rings basically. And all Freemasons are Luciferians. I've covered the Luciferian oath, the extreme Jesuit oath and the Illuminati blood oath murders all in one broadcast on this channel. Or BC Hoffman, the left the win on YouTube. Hard time seeing the stars, that's interesting. Somebody writes here, Thunderzoid 1. The car is in space, but it's inside the rocket cargo still. It is just video cameras pointing outwards. So that is why you have a hard time seeing stars. So kind of fake, but it is still in space. It's inside the rocket cargo. Well, if it it would be inside something, then there would be walls, I would suppose. So there are quite a number of people that think this is fake. Fake or real? Allow a snack bar. Fake as fuck, Joe, dumbass Buck writes. So where are these continents here? And if they'd be under the clouds, wouldn't there naturally be more clouds above the sea, water evaporating, than above land? So theoretically you could determine whether it's fake or real if this is supposedly a live image, which I doubt as well, and if you know the location of the SpaceX vehicle that's filming this in relation to the Earth, then you know above what country it is flying basically, and then when it's spinning around then you should be able to see the country that it is according to the, for example, ISS locator or position. So there are websites that show the position of these satellites and other space vehicles. So some people think that satellites are also fake, that nuclear weapons are fake. I know that the Apollo moon landings are a hoax, fake, but I have my doubts about this if I don't see any evidence or people not writing anything that proves it beyond any reasonable doubt that we can verify it. I think it would be wrong of me to have an opinion based on how I feel about it or what I think is most likely. I've explained in the broadcast why it is proven beyond any reasonable doubt that the Earth is spherical, ball-shaped and not flat. But that scam is to cover up the Apollo moon landings are fake, so they mix that lie with the truth that the Apollo moon landings are fake. And also they do it to find low IQ people that they can control and use as slaves for their depopulation, other creepy things they do. But with the directed energy weapons being real, we can doubt anything anybody says because they can remotely torture and kill people, and they want to depopulate the Earth. So especially scientists have to be examined more closely if what they say could be true or if it could be false. More about it in my previous broadcast as well. I have a lot of things to set up and to try. So I have two options. Either I want to try to make the vertex work to get that software. I must have what's on there, a number of things. So the chat goes pretty fast, they have a lot of views, a lot more than I do, that's pretty weird. But people can already Skype me. I've set up my Skype. I still have to set it up so it starts up automatically with Windows. I'm now using a program called Launchy. That's not finding Skype, that's weird. Okay. Perhaps I have to restart. this to the taskbar, I think. Yeah. Oh. Now the settings are not on this screen anymore, but now they are over here under settings. Dark almost sounds like the HAARP. HAARP. It's like pay attention, listen to what they're saying, etc. HAARP. So Limbic meltdown writes, intelligence is apparently rare, the launch was not fake. Why would this be fake? Study the weather patterns. Well, it's also because I thought, well, if you can see these satellites from the ground with a large telescope, and also with a camera with a long shutter speed, you can make pictures of the stars at night, and then the stars will make stripes on the camera with extremely long shutter speeds. But geosynchronous objects like satellites that go that spin as fast as the Earth spins stay in the same position above the location they are, so they would be visible as little dots, while stars would be visible as stripes because the Earth is spinning, but the stars are not spinning with the Earth. They're just floating in the universe in their own trajectory. So that would also prove to a certain extent, unless they have fake satellites, but then how would they put them in space if you cannot stare in space because there is no air in space to push like a plane pushes air? That's one reason the U-2 spy plane cannot fly into space, supposedly. It's all covered in my previous broadcast, so check them out. And now I'm gonna check out this recording. I still have to set up my mic and the speech engine and a lot of other things on this PC. And it would all be solved if I could make my Vertex drive work. And it must be very easy. I think that there was a message when I connected it to this PC that the recycle bin was corrupted if I wanted to repair it, but I didn't choose to repair it because theoretically it might not recognize it's a system drive and see it as a recycle bin mistake, all the files that are on it, and then delete them all. So I didn't do that. I'd rather try with it must be possible if I can't get DVD to work, then I could use SD card. There are these Linux versions, etc., that you can put on a little SD card and then put them in a card reader and then use them as flash drive to start up your PC from a flash drive. Basically, that's quite simple, and you can put a lot of nice things on there also. All kinds of free software and free operating systems to test out. It's also an idea, but be careful that you don't F up your PC, because you have to have one working PC, so it might be better to have another play PC for that. It's not that important, because many people, or almost everyone, has to do business and important stuff with their computer nowadays, so good security and other things are also important. But I hope that this quality is better now. I don't have CPU usage indicator, perhaps on the desktop. 10. There. CPU 86, 100%. Okay. I can look at Task Manager. OBS and Firefox are using quite a bit of CPU. So I could close some Firefox apps. Things that are live that take more CPU. The chat probably also in this video. So, but still it's working. And I think I'm gonna restart my PC as well. Install some new things. Oh, I didn't have the tiny cam on. I thought I was talking with the tiny cam on. Okay. So, I'm gonna have to work on my PC and test this, look at this broadcast, how the quality is compared to what it was, and perhaps change some settings to get lower CPU usage, because sometimes it's 100% and I don't even have virtual DJ and other apps on. Okay, so thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, and spread the info, promote controlling the factors that control aging, finances also, because otherwise we all die, including you and your favorite pets and other organisms. So thank you all for watching. Tune in next time into Universal Peace Television.